Hi, I'm Rob Goddard. I've helped 360 clients sell their businesses and I've sold my own. And I've designed a series for you to watch that covers the 6 top questions I'm always asked by people considering selling their business. And it's designed to help you one day sell your business for a premium price.
In this video, Rob's going to be sharing with us 3 things you may not want to hear when it comes to selling your business. So Rob, 3 cold hard truths?
Yeah. Well, number 1 has to be that it will take far longer than you think to sell your business. I've had some people say to me, Rob, this is a straightforward business, my company, 3 months. You're having a laugh or something similar. At least a year. Easily, and particularly now, if pandemics get in the way, 15, 18 months. So it takes a lot longer. So prepare yourself for a long journey, not a quick dash.
And I suppose the thing about that is as well is then don't switch off, because if the sale doesn't go through, you've got an awkward year to 18 months potentially of being in limbo and not wanting to grow the business. You've got to carry on as if you're not selling your business, I'd imagine.
Spot on, Mike. Because what you don't want to do is take your eye off the ball when you're selling a business, because the numbers could go south.
Yeah.
And you don't want that in a negotiating round where the numbers are going the wrong way. So it does pay to get an advisor on board with you that can do most of the legwork for you and shoulder most of that, because you want to concentrate on keep running your business. You want the numbers to go north, not south.
Yeah. What would your second truth be?
The second one, and I speak from personal experience as well as having lived with it with clients over the years, it's more emotionally taxing and wearing than you think, the sale process. We think selling a business is a financial transaction. I say it's not. It's primarily an emotional transaction, particularly if you founded the business, because it's part of you. It's almost like a child that you've given birth to, grown, and now you're selling it. So I've always said to business owners, make sure that you're prepared for sale as well as your business.
Yeah, I would say that was one of the things I never realised how stressful it would be. And ours was a quick turnaround in terms of sale, It wasn't a year. But your business is almost pulled apart, and that can be quite stressful. You need to provide paperwork for everything. You know, how does this work? How do the processes work? How's even stuff like employee handbook? And then if you've got employees, how much of them know about what's going on, and how, will it make them panic if they think the business is being sold? So I think the emotional side of it is probably not spoken about very often.
It isn't. I've had 2 situations where my client who was selling to 2 different clients got up from the table in a hotel room and went to punch the buyer, prospective buyer. Not a good negotiating tactic if you're looking to get their cash in exchange for shares.
Did they sell?
No.
All right.
Also had another one in the not too distant past who took exception to a buyer. We had a Zoom meeting, took exception to a low ball indicative offer that came in, and no one offers their best price up front. But my client, this particular client, took exception to it. And he wrote, without my knowledge, to the buyer a long, long email that I have to say, I got a complaint from the buyer. Me, I wasn't part of it. I can understand my client's emotion because someone was calling his baby ugly. But what you don't do, you have to control your emotion. What you don't do is go back and then start being vitriolic with the potential buyer, because that doesn't help a deal.
Your third cold hard truth?
My third cold hard truth is, and this isn't talked about, and I know you and I have done a session before on this, the likelihood of selling in this country is 20%. That's the average. Only 1 in 5 businesses sell first time. Unless you get a particularly good advisor who's experienced at getting deals over the line, unless you have a realistic price aspiration, you get in front of the right buyers and you have choices. So you don't get in front of one buyer, you get in front of, say, 6 or 7 or 8. So you've got choices. You want to be in the 1 in 5, not the 4 out of 5 that don't sell.
I think that's a very important thing to remember. There's so many variables possibly outside of your control that the stars need to align sometimes. You need to be in the right place with the right business and a buyer looking to acquire a business just like yours. And sometimes, no matter how much hard work you do, that might not be the right conditions or right time for that business to sell.
Absolutely. So you've got to have a plan B, and some business owners are not good at having contingency plans. So for goodness sake, I mentioned before, don't take your eye off the ball running the business, because you still want to have a business when you return back if you don't sell. But also decide, well, maybe it isn't a full sale. Maybe the management team could buy me out. Maybe the employees, there's something called an EOT, which is the new kid on the block, employee ownership trusts. Maybe that's an alternative. Maybe you just sell 20% and get an investor on board and you grow the business together. Or maybe you don't sell at all. Maybe you go part-time in your business and start to make yourself redundant from the company, but by doing so, hopefully make it more valuable.
So that was Rob sharing with us his 3 cold hard truths when it comes to selling your business.